pieces marked out. Next stage is to start processing. But prior to processing, we first want to use a marking knife and our tri-square and mark any cross grain cuts. Okay, so as you see here, I'm going to have a cross grain here, so just line your tri-square up with your pencil mark. I'm going to cross it there nice and lightly for the first stroke, and then each stroke go a little bit deeper. Likewise over here. Okay, so that's just cutting the grain for me, so I ensure a nice clean cut. Same over here. Okay, just put your piece into the vise then. What we can do here now is using our chisel. We can create a little track for our saw to travel in. So just come back a couple of millimeters. Okay, just use your hand. Do the same on this side. Come back a couple of millimeters and push the chisel inwards into the line you've made of the marking knife. That just creates a little track there, a little track there for the saw to sit into. Just do the same on the other side. Just come back a couple of mil, push forward to the line. It'll stop because you have used the knife already. You see the knife will sit back in there again. Just do the same over here. Just use your finger to push the excess waste out of the way. Now we can use our saw to cut those down there. So now you'll see the saw very easily just sits into that. I'll show you over here, it sits into it and it falls up against this wall you've created with your marking knife. Very easy start the saw then. Okay, just keep checking it that you go down to your gauge line. Don't go down too far. Same here. See how easy it is to start the saw now because you have the track already prepared. Just stop at your gauge line. The saw just slots straight in. Up against that wall that you've created. And that's it. So you have a nice clean cut there now. It's just sawdust that's in there at the moment. But the grain is cut nice and sharp with the knife. And then the saw just cuts down either side. Now, next we're going to remove that material. Okay, so pick a chisel that's roughly the right size. Okay, so what we want to do first of all is create kind of a V shape, like a roof going from this direction upwards. Okay, so start off with the bevel of the chisel facing downwards. Okay, so what that ensures that when you push in, the chisel is pushing up because the bevel is pushing the chisel upwards. So it stops you taking too much material out at any one time. So you want to just start, come down a couple of mil, And just using the palm of your hand, just give the chisel a hand. You could use a mallet as well also if you want. So as you see, I'm just taking small bits off here. Just don't go down too far, mind your gauge line. Okay, so using the bevel facing down prevents me from taking too much material out at any one time. Now, when you get down to your gauge line, you can turn your chisel around and you can then use the bevel facing up. Now, I'm very close to my gauge line there now. So I'm just going to define it a little bit with my chisel. Okay. Being very careful not to push too hard. I don't want to come out the other side of this. Okay, so we're just going to turn our piece around in the vise. And same again. Bevel of the chisel down first of all. Kind of want to create. You'll see what I mean by this roof now. So now if you look closely, you can see what I mean by a kind of a roof shape there. That's what you're after. Okay, now I'm down to my gauge line here, so I'm just going to define it, because the chisel just slots into that, into the spur mark that we had created earlier on. Okay. Don't push the chisel all the way through to the other side, just concentrate on this side here first of all. Side that you can see your gauge line. And there you have it. Okay, so it's just the same process for the other side. And put it across there and make sure there's no high points by bringing it across. Same over here. There's your chisel. Next we're going to be cutting the bridal joint side. Okay, so for this we want to remove the middle portion of this. So first thing is first, we want to cut down on the waist side to create the bridle. Use your saw. Use the triangular method. Come down on one side. Your gauge line. Once we get the, so we have our lines cut, just going to chisel out the inside. So use a chopping block, or else if you don't mind damaging your bench hook, you can use your bench hook. So we get a 6mm chisel. Okay, so first of all, line it up on the line here. Tap it nice and gently, then step back a little bit. Okay, so you can see there now, I'm just taking that much of the material out there. Turn it around, do the same on this side. Come back a couple of millimeters. Now if you notice, the bevel is always facing away from me and away from my line I've marked here for my bridal joint. So, let's go a little bit deeper. Keep your eye up your chisel, make sure it's 90 degrees here, keep it straight. Come back a little bit more. Okay, so I'm after breaking through there now. So now, as you see, there's still a little bit of rough bit of waste material either side there of my cuts, so I'm just going to use a wider chisel here. Clean that up. Okay, only go about halfway when you're cleaning up, and always turn it around to the other side. Do the same on that side. Now, once you've that much done, you can test it, see how it fits. So just remember the orientation of where your letters and your face side and face edge are in the drawing, and always put them in that way. Okay, so you can see how crisp those lines are from using the marking knife. Alright, that's the finished bridal joint.